So this week on the homestead, we experienced some hard negative temps. Went on a wild game hunt, built a woodshed, managed not to freeze to death, and ate some delicious food while we did it. Okay, the weather's pretty warm today. The spruce grouse are out in force, so I'm gonna go see if I can get one for lunch. So it's pretty warm today. It's about plus 35 degrees out, and which is really crazy for this time of year. Next week, we're supposed to get temps as low as negative 39, so what a temperature swing. When I had gone out this morning to take the pup for a walk, there was grouse everywhere, so I'm hoping we see one now.
I'm gonna wait right here.
Got him. Aha, moose prints. Yeah, there's moose tracks back here.
Yay!
You want it, Lena?
Yes.
There you go.
This bird, we just so happen to see our first set of moose tracks, and this is the first sign of moose I've seen up here since we bought the property. A lot of the locals say it's because of overpopulation of wolves picking off the moose calves. I'm not really sure, but yeah, there hasn't been a lot of moose up here this year, but there we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and process this bird out. A nice, easy way to process these birds out is very simple. You just spread their wings out. So spread each wing out, step on it with your feet. So put it on the ground, step on the wings just like this. And then you're gonna grab both feet, and then you're just gonna pull directly upward. And when you pull directly upward, all the innards, it's all gonna come out, and you're just gonna be left with the breast meat. And then you can, do what you want with that, whether it's, just cut it out with a knife and fry it up in a pan. We always save the liver. The liver in these birds are great to eat. Yeah, it's a very simple, easy game animal to process. Okay, the weather's not too bad today. It's about 30 degrees. So what I think I'm gonna go ahead and do is move the snow machine and the ATV, dig out my wood pile over here to see what I have for materials, and then I'm gonna shovel out a spot to build a little woodshed. The snow houses are heavy and wet, okay? It's gonna be slick. When'd you get it?
She got it forever ago.
Hey Lena, remember I told you there was good snowball making snow? Yeah, look it. Check this out. Try that. Try packing a snowball. Wonder what would happen if I just wall up this with the plow.
Is it?
Yeah, like you could dig in it. Look at what a weird winter this has been.
This has been a weird winter, yeah.
So while Dennis gets going on that shed build, I am going to start canning some chicken bone broth from a chicken carcass we made for dinner last night. I'm going to start by washing these jars in really hot soapy water and getting my pressure canner heated up.
Let's get in my
damp out, huh? Whew. That's a good cup of bone broth. Okay, I think I got all the material out for the rough frame of it. I'm going to run out back to the back of the lot there and grab the roof joist, some tin. Yeah, we'll get to framing this thing up. So I'm going to go ahead, dig the trailer out quick, and then I'm going to see if I can drag it up to the barn to pull out some roof joist. Quite a bit easier than trying to walk them over here by hand.
So we are gonna cook this grouse outside. We're just gonna do some rosemary sourdough flatbreads. Gonna cook the grouse in some butter and season it up and then top it with little jam. So I have about this much unactive starter in each of these jars. I'm gonna discard about half of that just to make room for the feeding. And then I will add about a cup of water and a cup of flour to each starter to get it nice and active. Generally, it'll take about 5 hours. So I'm hoping like right after dinner, these will be nice and active and I'll be ready to start my bread. I'll do my first couple of stretch and folds after dinner, and then I'll let that rise overnight, and in the morning I'll be ready to shape it, do its last rise, which is about an hour and a half, and then pop it in the oven, and then we'll have fresh sourdough to go with our stew.
Mixy mixer. Can I get my own little baby piece?
All right, I'm gonna give you your own baby piece right here.
First I'm gonna knead the dough.
Okay, I think that's about as heavy as I want to make this trailer. I don't want to get stuck down here, so I'm going to go ahead, drag this home, and I'll come back for one more load. Well, I don't think she's going to pull it uphill, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and unload the trailer. I'll try to get the ATV and the empty trailer up to the top of the hill, and maybe she'll go down the hill at least. Well, that ain't gonna happen. I guess I'll go ahead, drop the plow, and yank myself out with the winch. we have it. We're up the hill. I'm gonna go ahead and unhook the winch and load the rest of the stuff on, and hopefully she'll at least go downhill, huh? There we go. Now that everything's on a nice downhill grade, I'm gonna go carry all this stuff up the hill by hand, and hopefully we can at least get the trailer to pull it some of the way. Well, there we have it. I'm gonna go ahead and run this home, and I'll come back for a few more things, and that should be good. This will make up the roof of our woodshed. Okay, there we go. We got our first load here. I think what I'm gonna go ahead and do is get a little firewood together. I'll start a fire, run back up, grab a couple more things. Then I'll see what I can do to start getting this guy together. You gonna help me?
One piece fell out. One piece fell out, Dad.
Oh, thanks, sweetie.
Let Mama pull it out. You got a splinter? Let me see. I see if I can pull it out. Oh, don't worry. Oh, I see. Okay.
Go on. I'll go on. Everyone loves that Birchie.
What are you doing, huh?
Is she
What are you doing? They're getting along good, huh? Talking birds. We are gonna cook this grouse over the fire on some rosemary sea salt sourdough flatbread. Just cook it in some butter on a skillet. Maybe top it with some blueberry jam.
Okay, while Amy cooks dinner, me and Lena are gonna go out back, and we are going to get the rest of the materials to put our woodshed together. Hey, are you ready, Lena?
Yeah.
All by yourself? Ready to go get some working done?
Yeah.
What we need is one roof joist, one piece of tin. There you go, you carry that. Watch out for the ditches.
Let's go.
Okay, got one. Now how many more strips? Okay, you ready? Yeah. Whoa.
Teamwork.
Teamwork. As long as
Someone's coming. Hey, Mom.
okay, that should be everything I need there. I'm gonna go ahead and put the trailer away and go take the little one for a ride.
You want some?
Grouse on that side with jam, please.
Grouse on the side for you?
With the jam. Yeah. And have some yummy breakfast.
You want to try it out?
Okay, well, it's about -16 out this morning. I think I'm gonna go ahead and make a little fire and start in on this little wood shed here. I got about 10 layers of clothes on, so it's a little hard to move, but I should be able to get started in on this. Okay, now that we got that going, I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling some of this stuff over here and, I don't know, try to see what I can make out of it, I guess. Okay, I think what I'm gonna go ahead and do is just move the build site. I think I'm gonna go ahead and stick it up on the hill there where I'm keeping the snow machine and the ATV. I just think it's gonna be an easier spot to try to build in the winter because it's nice and flat. And this is a little too sloped, and I'd probably have to cut down a few of those trees there, which I really kind of don't want to do. I kind of like them there behind the cabin. So I'm gonna go ahead and start getting this material moved over to the new spot. I think I might just try to drag it by hand. Might be more work than it's worth there to try to do it with the ATV. Pretty cold out today. It's windy too, which makes the cold much worse than it would be if it was just cold. Cuts right through you, it really does. Oh, okay. Okay, now that I think I got a pretty good idea of what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna go in, have some lunch, warm up, then I'll come back out, stick the other 2 posts up, and just kind of square it up. That'll probably be it for today. Start in on it again tomorrow. But yeah, it's a cold one today. The wind's really a killer.
All right, well, it is about -16 this morning on the homestead, so I figured it was a good day to do a moose stew for dinner, and I'm gonna make a rosemary sourdough to go with it. I fed this starter last night before we went to bed, and now it is all active and bubbly and ready to make bread with. You can see it kind of clings to the side of the jars when you tip it over. So I'm gonna do my regular sourdough recipe, which is about 1 cup of starter first, and then about 2 cups to 1.5 cups water. Little bit of salt. And then I just mix in about 4 cups of flour until a shaggy dough forms. This is just gonna sit for about 1.5 hours covered by the wood stove to keep nice and warm. So we are gonna be making some moose liver pate for lunch, so Dennis has something nutrient dense and rich in animal fats to work outside in the cold with. I'm gonna get started on some sourdough. I'm gonna do rosemary sea salt crackers to go with that. They are super easy. I just take a little discard, a little water, just like with my sourdough bread recipe, and then I just put enough flour in it to roll it out and so I can handle it. I make my little cracker marks in there, top it with some salt and some rosemary, and then I just bake it at 350 until they're nice and golden.
I mush my dough about to make it a little fluffier.
We're gonna bring Daddy a nice warm drink.
Alright, could I have some too?
Yeah, you want a ginger tea?
Yeah. Let's do one more on my bread. Alright.
We'll make him a tea, and then we're gonna get started on our moose liver pate.
Can I help with that too?
Yes.
I like helping with you. Oh, a handprint.
You could do a handprint. That's a great idea. So one sort of, like, I guess you'd call it an electrolyte, like a natural electrolyte drink that we like to make in the cold is some very potently infused ginger tea. We mix it with a good amount of raw honey, a tiny bit of apple cider vinegar with the mother, and a teeny bit of unrefined salt. And we will drink that while we work. So Lena and I are gonna get one of those going for Dennis and then start on the moose liver pate. So before I get started on the moose liver pate, I'm gonna do my first stretch and fold. So I'm just gonna take the dough and stretch it. I do 4 times, just going clockwise or turning the bowl around. And if you slightly wet your hands, it makes the dough much easier to handle. And this is gonna go rest for another half hour. Then I will do another stretch and fold when I will add in my rosemary. So we really like this moose liver pate recipe. If you don't like liver, I highly recommend trying it. First step, some bacon in a skillet. Take it out, reserve all that fat, saute your onions in there until they're nice and soft, throw in a little garlic, and then I will put in my liver, and I'll chop it up to make it easier to cook through. Cook the liver down, add a little balsamic, some lemon juice, and then spices, some rosemary, salt, pepper, and a little bit of cinnamon. Couple tablespoons of grass-fed butter at that point, and then whip it all up in an immersion blender, and it makes a really, really good moose pate.
Can I taste some?
You bite?
Good. There.
be careful.
So it has not quite been an hour and a half, but I am gonna start preheating my oven with the Dutch oven in it and start it going on the bread. So I am ready to shape this into a ball. It hasn't quite been long enough, but we are ready to make our stew pretty shortly, and this still has to rest about an hour and a half after I shape it before I can bake it for 40 minutes. So I'm just gonna wet my hands, turn it out on the work surface, kind of flip it into thirds like a letter, and then use the side of my hand to shape the ball. And then fold it in thirds, roll it up on one end, and then use the side of my hand to kind of make tension in the dough. Now this is gonna rise for another hour and a half.
Well, there we go. I think I got about as far as I want to go today. I'll start in on it again in the AM.
So this moose stew is just about done. It smells delicious. We're gonna take this inside and eat it.
It's a beautiful night though, I gotta say. The mountains get that nice pinkish glow. You know it's cold, but it's definitely pretty.
Bye. Sorry.
Moose stew is good for you.
Moose stew. You want a piece of bread?
Yum, 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 yum.
I don't know why cooking over fire just makes it taste better. Good? Good soup. You want this one?
Great. Well, it's a cool one here on the homestead today. It's about -20. I think I'm still gonna go ahead and try to get this roof framed in. I'm gonna go ahead and walk out back, grab a few more roof joists. I'd normally take the ATV for this, but it's too cold. There's no way it's gonna start. I'll just take the walk, I think. And so frozen, the screws are just snapping. It's real pretty. It's one of the great ironies of Alaska, isn't it? It's always most pretty when it's most deadly. Well, there we have it. I think I'm making some pretty good progress on this. I'll probably throw the tin up after lunch here, but tonight's movie night for the little one, so I gotta run down to the post office and pick up some popcorn, and the DVD should be there, so don't want to miss that. Come on, Stuart. Let's go.
Holy!
Mom's got a lot of packages. Negative.
Alright, so we are gonna heat up some leftover moose stew for lunch and then keep working.
More. Okay, there we have it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day, go in, warm up. It's still pretty cool out. Tomorrow morning I'll come out. It'll serve its purpose. It sure beats what I have now. Okay, I'm on about day 3 of my little woodshed build here. This probably shouldn't have took more than about a day, but the cold's just kind of making everything go a little slow. Hopefully I can wrap it up here this morning. It's not as cold as it was yesterday. It's about -10 today. I'm gonna go ahead and make a little fire for a little extra light, and I'm gonna try to get an early jump on this. So when the snow melts, this thing's probably going to move a little bit, but that's okay. In the summertime, I'll put my little bottle jack under it, put it up on some cinder blocks with a piece of pressure treated plywood in between the cinder blocks, and that will stop the bottoms of these beams from rotting. But all my plywood and cinder blocks are underneath all the snow and ice, so we'll just get to those in the summer. It'll be just as easy to do, and I'm just about done here, and then we can park the ATV and the snow machine under it. So I'm gonna run around, I'm gonna stick a few structural screws in anything holding the roof up. That'll be about that. We're gonna call it a day. No, I ain't gonna go. Guess we're not pulling you in. How about you? Well, there we have it. It's not perfect, but it's finished. It will give me something nice and sturdy here to keep my tools out of the weather. And all in all, it probably cost $80. I'll do a little more tweaking to it. I'll probably build some sort of support for that tin, or I'll cut it back. I'm not sure. It's hanging off a little too far, but yeah, we're done. I'm gonna go inside, warm up. It is cold out.
We hope you guys enjoyed that video. We post updates from the homestead every Wednesday at 3. Like and subscribe for more.